What's up, Irish Whip Mafia? JP here with Big Joe. We got an experiment that we've been working on for a little while that I think we have figured out tonight. One is I turned on Joe's mic right away.
Hello.
Unfortunately, I can shut it off at request. But if you want to request that I shut off Joe's mic, what you have to do is you have to call in at 617-376-1562 if you're listening live. And that will be a new feature on Tuesday nights. Wrestling happened this week, Joe.
A lot of wrestling happened.
A lot of wrestling. There was AEW pay-per-view that's getting a lot of hype.
Unfortunately, I'm going to say, and I'm sad about it, that I did miss that, but I did read some of the recaps. William Regal is all elite.
Yeah, crazy. William Regal, Shane Strickland.
A lot of bigger names. And what interests me the most is, based on the two shirts we're wearing, accidentally brought the same shirt in. There's a little faction growing with William Regal, Jon Moxley, and Bryan Danielson, or whatever his name is now.
So it's kind of cool and how that's gonna. I want to see how that plays out because Danielson and Regal are sort of similar styles. Where's Mox fit in there?
I kind of see Mox as the
enforcer.
Yes, as the guy the crazy guy that's gonna jump in and get things done, regardless. Where Danielson's gonna be the finesse power play, and Regal's gonna pull the strings.
Guys, if you see this scrolling down here, you can call in live at 617-376-1562. Boom, boom, boom. I expect Bobby D to call. What I'm not sure of and what we're testing out this week is I don't know if you'll be able to hear the callers, but you'll be able to hear us. I think you actually might be able to hear the callers. So, and if not, then you'll just have to download the show later on, which the show is real easy to find. It's everywhere that you can get your podcast. We're on WrestlingNewsSource.com. We're on QATV.org, Channel 8. They play us on the television. We're also, the easiest way to get us to like us and subscribe to us is on the Spreaker app. Real easy. You can comment there. You can like, comment, subscribe. You can do everything right there on the Spreaker app, and it'll give you a notification.
And then, like with the Spreaker app, on top of that, Spreaker, then you're going to see it everywhere. Like JP said, it's going to be out on everywhere you can find a podcast at, as well as YouTube, as well as Quincy TV. Like we're on local TV here in Quincy, Mass, where we record, and things are only kind of get better. We kind of hope we can get a caller in real quick, just to,
Bobby D just said hello, guys. Bobby D, what's going on, buddy? You can give us a call, 617-376-1562. You'll see the number scrolling down there, and then you'll see this little light down here. If I don't notice it, tell me it's lighting up. And we'll get those calls in, and you'll get heard on the air, guys.
And it's kind of fun. This is a new thing we're doing, and it's going to make it fun for us. And like we said before, we're getting better every time, and there's going to be new things coming. And this is just part of it, where we want to interact more and more with the people who listen to us and interact and get their ideas. Oh, we got a caller coming in now. Try calling again.
Sorry about that. I hit the wrong switch.
You said we're doing things and we're doing it wrong, but we're trying. We're really trying to get things going.
I hit the wrong switch. Sorry about that. Whoever that was, I'm gonna guess Bobby.
I'm guessing it was Bobby.
What's up, Laurie?
Yeah. So whoever that was, if you can call in again, the number scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We're trying things. We're trying to make things better so we can interact. So we can get your take on the last pay-per-view.
It's bad when Joe's yelling at me for hitting the wrong button.
Hey, mark that down in your calendar. First time for everything, right?
Bobby D, give that a shot one more time for me.
Yeah, Bobby, we messed that up. We hit the wrong switch.
That was on mine. That was on me. I just hope I set this back up right again.
Well, it's a switch, right?
Huh?
We'll see, because that lights up as well.
All right. Yeah, Bobby, if you give us a call one more time. Sorry about that.
You know, Bobby, we want to hear your voice. And, once we get you on first, then the next time we'll hang up on you on purpose. Well, anyway, let's get until Bobby calls or someone else calls. Let's talk about that. Go back to the little new faction that grew.
Yeah, so Moxley, Danielson, and William Regal.
William Regal. Now, someone's calling in. Bobby D, is that you? Hello?
What's going on, caller? How are you doing? This is the infamous Bobby D. Sorry about that, Bobby. That was my fault. This is JP. I hung up on you. What's going on, Bobby? That's a good thing.
There you
Awesome.
go.
You're feeling better, I hope.
Now,
That's
Bobby, what do you think about the William Regal faction growing right now in AEW?
first of all, Bobby's a legend in wrestling.
Yeah. Oldest guy to set up a ring.
Bobby's hung out with guys like Hogan.
Yeah. Flair.
Right, Bobby? Are you still there, buddy?
Did we lose you?
I think we might have lost Bobby, but Bobby.
Right. Hit the switch down. We'll try for another one. Sorry if we hung up on you again, but trial and error.
So you guys get the number 617-376-1562. I will get it right today. Now, yeah, so I think this might be Bobby again. Hey, caller, you're on the air. I'm all right, Bobby. You feeling better? You're out of the hospital. We're all home and everything. I didn't hang up on you that time. So I apologize. The first time was definitely my fault, and I apologize for that. Yeah, man.
Like you said, we're getting better and better every show, and here we are taking callers now. Since we're a wrestling show and things of that nature, I want to ask you, what do you think about William Regal coming to AEW and joining forces with Moxley and Danielson?
It's about they got to get that payday. There's no retirement fund in pro wrestling, unfortunately.
They keep coming back, and now, do you feel with them coming back, do you feel they're taking spots from younger guys?
Right.
But on the same line of that, though, there are certain contracts. Like we know the WWE has the Legends contract that they come in for certain things of that nature. And now, yeah.
Well, that's a rumor. That's a big rumor for WrestleMania. Is Stone Cold coming back now?
Now, when you think about Stone Cold in the WWE, he never really left. When you think about it, he left the ring, but he never left the company. He was doing the Broken Skull podcast on the WWE Network and things of that nature. So he was always floating around in the background. Now, do you think that he's healthy now to come back because of his neck injury from before? Yep. Yep, the Broken Skull. Now, what I would like to see, and I want to know if you would agree with me with it. Do you think that he should come back in the a la in the way that it was before, a la Piper's Pit, do a show like that, a segment? I like that one. That was good.
But
Now, but you know what, though? Nowadays, with the kinder, gentler type of WWE that's more fan friendly, he's going to have to come down with the non alcoholic beer because there's kids in the crowd.
no, it's gotta be alcoholic.
You sure?
Oh yeah, it's gotta be his own. It's gotta be the Broken
It's
Skull.
going to be the Broken Skull. But now the Broken Skull can be what he drinks in the ring and pours down and does all this whole high five, and then he squirts something else.
Listen,
Now, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. I'm 27 years sober. Bobby, have you or JP, have you tried the Broken Skull bit?
you haven't drank in 27 years. I don't think you're sober yet.
I IV myself. Oh, no, I'm not sober. I just don't drink.
Yeah. You. You, Bobby, you may or may not have seen me inebriated once or twice, Bobby. I usually have a bottle hidden somewhere.
And that's
Yeah, Matt and Jeff. I think Matt and Jeff first. That's a lot.
it does.
I love Tommy.
No,
Tommy Flynn is my guy.
Tommy's a good guy. Now I like the way to watch a show like that, to watch it at home when people put up their bootleg videos and the recaps of the event. That's for free.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to come into the studio, sit down, meet Tin. That works for me. Well, I do drink the NA beer, and one of my favorites that just came out is the Guinness Zero.
Oof.
Yeah, that's kind of high. That's not a good thing.
No. Yeah. Is that? I mean, Laurie. I don't need Laurie mad at me.
No.
That's.
Well, if you do get mad, we can just turn it into a handicap match.
I'm not handicapped.
I am.
Right. So right now, the people listening live they can't hear you yet. I'm still working out some of the kinks. So
on the download, they'll be able to hear
figured
you.
out. But on the download, so the people that listen after the fact, they'll be able to listen.
And they'll be able to hear the musings of one Bobby D.
No. You're saying, and then I can hang up on someone else. That Bobby, I would never hang up on you on purpose. You're a great friend and like our best supporter.
Oh yeah.
Everything you do for us, I appreciate, man. And I'm glad you're feeling better. I know a couple weeks ago you had that fall and we were all scared. Oh, I love it.
I love that.
What do I got? I have some working Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Ask Laurie. She knows.
No, I'm
Nice.
sure. And no, I'm trying to think who the Hardy Boys fighting. Is that where the Hardy Boys are fighting? Hawkins and Ryder.
Tomorrow night? Or
That's the
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah.
Jet setting,
they're at the point where they got to hustle to make that money. They don't have a contract, you know?
jet flying, wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing. They're stealing your idea. That's you, right? You're the kiss stealing son of a gun. That's what I heard, Bobby. You are. You
July
are.
what? Are you serious? I'll be 49 on the 20th of July. Yep.
Birthday
Birthday-
neighbors.
Birthday buddies. Yeah.
Birthday neighbors.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, no, Bobby, me and you can drink, and Joe's the designated driver.
Yeah, I'm sober, so I don't drink. I drive. But Bob, you have to sit in the back seat with the dog. Well, that's a different term for dog.
All right, thank you, Bobby.
All right, that's awesome.
Wanted you to be the first caller, Bobby. So I'm glad you were. Thank you, man.
Go down in history.
Bye.
Bye.
The infamous Bobby D.
There you go. Our
Talking
first caller
about-
under the way.
Talking about big time, not big time.
Yeah, I think it's big time wrestling with the Hardys.
Yes. So with the Hardy Boys, Melrose, Mass, like both Hardy Boys together as a tag team, like, and they're both hyping this up on their Instagram. That's and on their TikToks and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I gotta start following the trend of the TikToks. I want to do that. Get on TikTok and start.
you're on TikTok.
I am, but I
Oh, don't act like you haven't put TikToks up.
Oh no, I got them. I'll share.
Don't act like you don't put TikToks
Let
up.
let me find out what my name
I'll
is.
put you right on blast.
Put me on it. I'll tell you.
I don't know what your name is.
I'm gonna find it. Where am I?
I don't post.
Where am I? Yeah, I'm Big Joe TIW on TikTok. Follow me. I've got like maybe 12, 15 videos up, I think. And I'm going to start trying to use that better and become more of an annoying TikTok person.
But even WWE's got some stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit. Oh, did you see? So I know you said you watched some of the videos. Did you see the coffin drop from? And I normally don't bring up the negative stuff.
The coffin drop.
The coffin drop from Darby Allin.
No.
Oh,
How
he
high?
completely missed Matt Hardy and
Oh.
still pinned Matt for the 3 count.
But how did he get hurt by missing?
No,
'Cause I know sometimes when you like as much as
No.
it hurts the person you're landing on.
he just completely missed. It was bad.
So no improv right there.
That's
So what else in the world of wrestling, JP, do you watch besides AEW, WWE?
so every TV show I watch now seems to be somewhat wrestling related.
Exactly.
I watched The Righteous Gemstones,
Okay.
which is John Goodman.
Okay.
He plays like a televangelist. You know, it's him. It's Walt Goggins. There's a bunch of people on it. It's really good. It's funny, and it's like the mishap that this rich televangelist kids get into, and how he deals with it. He's sort of like a mob boss because he's the guy. You know?
When you think about it, though, look at some of that televangelist
So-
stuff. It is kind of organized.
In season 2, he starts getting chased down by a guy that he was friends with like years ago when he was breaking in as a professional independent wrestler.
Oh.
You know, so it's funny how it all came.
It all comes full
Back to
circle.
that. And then, of course, I was, the Cena, the Peacemaker just ended.
I have yet to watch that.
So good.
If I can't think of the name of the guy that won it to print, he never contacted me. So
Okay.
I've never been contacted.
And let's see, what else do we got? That's live call-ins, guys. 617-376-1562. For anyone who wants to call in. We'll be in the local newspapers.
Yeah.
You're gonna see us on the funny pages.
Oh yeah. Comic strip.
We got contacted a couple of days ago. This is huge to us by the Quincy Sun, which is a local newspaper here in Quincy. And
Quincy, Mass.
they're going to do a little story on us on St. Patrick's Day
For their edition. It's going to be pretty cool.
On their 317 edition, which is awesome. And I'm super proud of that.
And like now you were saying like all the shows you watched recently, to change the subject back again, are wrestling related or somehow. That's like our guest next week.
Ooh.
That's it's wrestling related to
I'm just hoping nothing comes up. I don't want anything to get in the way of this.
Yep. But I'm not going to say his name because it's 99.9% positive that he'll be here in studio. And
I mean, we didn't say it. If it doesn't happen, it's
all right. Well, we're working on. You can Google him. You can find him on Facebook. You can see him everywhere. If you look for Ses Carney, SESCARNY. Google that. You'll find out who he is. We found him through one of the Renaissance fairs around here. It's King Richard's Fair. And if you remember back, we had Jeff Ludy on.
Yeah, the Leprechaun.
The Irish Leprechaun. And real quick, Tommy Demore says he's coming. I'm reading things wrong. Stop, Joe. You're going too fast. All right, so we're going to have Ses Carney on. What he does at King Richard's Fair is the torture show. He throws knives. He swallows swords. Not the same way JP does, but he's the torture guy. So when you think about it, it's wrestling related. In a sense, it's scripted. He knows what he's doing. People, and the outcome could be bad or good. So we're going to have him in studio talking about how he got into that, what he does for that, and even like the preparation to get into that, the training.
What training?
You can't just walk in and throw knives at people.
If you got taught something, you wouldn't let someone throw knives at you if you got taught anything in life.
I'd let him throw a knife at me.
If you got taught anything, you would not let someone throw a knife at you.
I would let Seth throw a knife at me. A rubber one or something like that. That's not going to really hurt. Maybe like shoot a paper airplane knife at me.
I would not let Seth Carney throw anything at me.
What if he threw a pizza? What if he throws a large steak and cheese?
Why would you throw that?
What if he threw a large steak and cheese at you?
Why would you throw that? It would waste.
No, but for you to catch and eat.
No, you couldn't catch it. All the stuff would fall out of it.
It's wrapped.
It's not wrapped.
Oh, you don't like it wrapped? What if he threw a calzone at you? You can frisbee it.
It might fall. I would be disappointed.
Oh, so Blackheart's in the chat room.
Oh, so they got a big thing coming up.
Yeah.
This is the OTTR, Over the Top Rope podcast. I think is
our two tiny ropes. OTTR.
I mean, I thought it was the Terrible Texas Reporter.
Oh, that's true. That is him. Terrible Texas Reporter.
But that's not Blackheart. Blackheart carries the show.
Blackheart's the man.
So Blackheart has a hustle in him. I haven't seen him podcasting in a long time. The dude does it every day pretty much. He's grinding on this.
Oh, yeah.
And they're about to, this coming Friday at 10 p.m. is their 2-year anniversary show. And we've gone back and forth. We've busted on these guys. They've busted on us.
Yep.
Yes, Cyber Yeti, we want that smoke.
Yep.
But it's all in fun, and they got a lot of love for these guys.
Nothing but love.
Oh, he said it's Off the Top Ropes.
Oh.
But so here's my problem with the name of their podcast. How many top ropes are there in the ring?
1.
So why is it Off the Top Ropes, plural?
Maybe they have that condition in their head that they see multiple.
Friday at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just super proud of these guys. Like, they got a great podcast.
They're a good group of guys.
I think this just flashed.
Yep, it's flashing. This might be Blackheart.
Caller, you're on the air. Tom. Tommy Flynn. Tommy Flynn is my hero, and I've told Tommy why, and that's a private situation. My favorite active WWE wrestler? Man, I'm going to go, you know what? It's someone that was from the local scene here, and I wasn't a fan of him when he was here. I'm going to say Tommaso Ciampa. I was not a fan of Tommaso when he was on the local scene here, to be honest. But I think he's the best thing going right now. What about you, Tommy?
No.
Oh. Kurt's absolutely one of the best of all times. Absolutely.
I had doubts about him when he first came out, but he totally proved himself.
That's pretty cool. You got to give him a hug and have a little meet and greet with him. Versus the Hardys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Classics, all of them with those guys.
That would be an amazing match to see again.
Yeah. Well, it's Stunner versus Stunner.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So here's the thing is, I want to root for Stone Cold.
I'm 100% for Stone Cold.
But Stone Cold's half crippled.
So ain't I. That's true. That is very true.
Oh. I love it. That's,
or even hit him with the can.
That's when we all know, Kevin Owens. I don't know if, what do you think about Pat McAfee versus Mr. McMahon? What's that? Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Really?
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Now, what character are you? Which wrestler are you when you play that game? Or do you create your own? Okay.
There you go.
There you go. That sounds.
I might have to pick that up for one of my systems.
I don't have any.
I always like the WWE games.
They're always good.
It's the one of the, I don't. Do you play a lot of games, Tommy? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Guys like Eddie Edwards. Yeah. That was like NWO after NW. That was like NWO and Impact or TNA. That was all the legends. They absolutely called the shots. They were in charge. Now, what's your favorite? Because you love independent wrestling too, right? The local stuff. Who's your favorite local wrestler right now? Who's your favorite independent wrestler? Okay, and you're going to see Jeff coming up. That's cool. That is like you're gonna see Matt and Jeff tagging together, which I mean nobody's seen that. Oh really? I thought they were tagging up.
I'm sure they'll tag up to some degree. Now, Bobby, I got a question for you. Tommy, I got a question for you. Sorry about missing up the names. Now, if you were to wrestle, just a two-part question. Who would you want to wrestle in a singles match, and who would be your partner in a tag match?
There you go, Bobby D.
There you go.
Bobby D and Tommy F. What would your gimmick be? What would your character be? Okay. Okay. That.
Hey, Tommy, did you know that Finn Balor, when he first came to the U.S. to wrestle under his real name of Fergal DeVitt, he was on our show?
A long 17 years ago, something like that. Yes. Who's that? He he actually got hurt. It was like the night after, wasn't it? Or was it during that match? And then he had a. That's. But Tommy, who do you want to give a shout out to? Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy. It means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, man. You are, like I've told you before, you're my hero, and I've explained to you why.
Absolutely. Outstanding. No problem.
But Tommy, thank you for calling in, buddy. Thank you. Bye.
Anytime, pal. Peace.
Blackheart says his favorite, I think he's saying his favorite local guys are Nico Silver and Teddy Goods. Two awesome. Like that's talent right there,
Yeah.
honestly. Teddy Goods should be signed. It's a shame he's not, and I think Nico will be at some point to somewhere.
Now, you also said two names that I'm not familiar with, Jay Bougie and PJ Savage.
I'm familiar with the names, but I don't know them.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The names ring a bell.
Hey, Blackheart, if you know who they are and you want to talk to us about it, give us a call.
617-376-1562.
1526.
1562.
You're right, 1562. I wrote it down in my book as I was looking at it. I'm just kind of not with it tonight.
Yes, tonight. That's sure. We'll go with that.
Well, tonight is a long stretch of a word.
Yeah, and tell me about it. I went the whole day without my phone. Have you guys ever gone a day without your cell phone? I feel lost. Like I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on.
You know what stinks if these guys that are listening forget their phone? They can't call in.
Heather Schroeder says that her locals are Greg Valentine and Daniel Bryant. Totally different than our locals. That's right, but come on. Greg the Hammer and Daniel Bryant, two of the best. Dude, there's a show coming up, and I don't know the promoter. It's Pop-Up Wrestling. Where they're out west in Mass, but they got Rudy Gonzalez coming in.
That's interesting.
You know who Rudy is?
I've heard the name many times.
Rudy was the head trainer at Shawn Michaels School.
Oh.
Like the first thing I did was I texted Bo Douglas and said, this guy's got Rudy coming in. Well, why don't we do a seminar?
Yeah.
And basically, somebody else I think has one in the works, but it's to see guys like that, and he's bringing in a tag team from Texas with them. Like that, it's just cool. I think it's Pop-Up Wrestling.
And what I love about the indie circuit
and I saw them on Leo Connor's show, The Ring and All Other Sports, by the way. And love you, Leo.
What I love about the independent wrestling scene today, it's not like it was back in the day in the late 70s, early 80s or before, where you worked in New England circuit. You worked, so very rarely did they jump over, or it wasn't for a while. Now the indie circuit is nationwide.
Right. And I was listening to these guys, like I said, on the Ring and All Other Sports, which you can find on YouTube, Leo Connor's channel. I was listening to these guys talk, and they were having a discussion with Rudy Gonzalez, and Rudy said, well, I'll be on the East Coast. I'll be in Florida at this convention if you want to come down and talk to me. And the promoter flew down to go to this convention to talk to Rudy and get him booked for the show.
That's pretty cool. That's how you got to do the business.
So...
we may be flying some places in the future. Who knows?
And they don't even have them on the poster. That's the crazy part. It's in Bill Ricker.
That's not a far ride.
They got Mario Mancini, who's a great. They was signed to the WWE for years. They got John Cena Sr. They got Tony Atlas, Flex Armstrong. A lot of great talent. And like I said, Rudy Gonzalez. Like, if you don't know who Rudy is, Rudy's one of the best, and literally. As far as training goes, he trained Bryan Danielson. He trained anybody that came out of Shawn Michaels School was in Rudy's hands. And Rudy, I've seen Rudy do a seminar because he did one for PWF Northeast a couple of years ago.
PWF Northeast was a pretty good circuit.
Yeah, it's Matt and Kyle. We're trying to get Kyle in. Trying to get Matt in too, but Matt works. It's not a weird schedule, more normal schedule. It's hard for him to get here.
Yeah. Well, also, as things get better with this pandemic, we may be able to come in here other nights.
Yes.
So we may bounce around, and all of a sudden, you'll hear us on Tuesday and then on Thursday.
If you want info, again, we have no affiliation with this. If you want more info on the Pop-Up Wrestling, it's just BostonPopUpWrestling.com. I just Googled it. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell out. That's what any promoter should be doing. But it seems like they're putting in some grind to do it, and hopefully they're not just gonna waste a lot of money. I want to see them do well.
It's like it's not all the pomp without the circumstance. You want to see all the effort they're putting into it to pay out.
Right. But Flex Armstrong, Flex is a big local guy from the same town that they're running in. You got John Cena's father, John Cena Sr., and quite a few others on the show. So good luck to them. I know it's a sort of a new startup company, so nothing but the best.
We don't want to see any company fail.
Not at
You
all.
know, you want to put out a promotion, even if you come in as a one-off show.
It's not good for wrestling when when a company fails. It's not good for any company, because here's the thing: is if company ABC runs in Billerica, Mass, company DEF runs in the town next to Billerica, and DEF doesn't run as good of a show and doesn't draw as well, people don't think of it as DEF. They think of it as pro wrestling. So now they're less likely to go to ABC. So I want to see every company do well and sell out and have a great show.
They look at it as a whole, as a product, not a company.
Right.
You know.
And I don't know what else has been going on, man.
Just a lot of this
I
and
mean,
that.
get the new, like, we've been, like, the stuff we work on behind the scenes is little earthquake action there.
Yeah, and we're constantly trying to get different people on here to talk about wrestling. Now that we take the phone calls and we want to talk to you about wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, we just heard us talk to Bobby D and Tommy Flynn,
Two of our biggest supporters.
two of our diehards, and we want more. I mean, it's going to be tough for some of these people that listen and watch on the download to call in, but maybe that knowing that can happen
Right.
will trigger them to come live and listen and talk. And that's the big thing. And that's what JP and I think, started this from the beginning is we want to talk wrestling. And if we can talk wrestling with other wrestler fans throughout the world, let's do it.
I was talking to the alternate the other day.
The alternate. Oh, yeah, he's a great wrestler.
I was having a little conversation with him. He's at some point going to be, we're going to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do podcasts. He's still trying to, like, his thing is trying to keep a positive outlook in podcasts. Like I was just saying about wrestling companies.
Yeah.
Podcasts have a negative connotation to them because a lot of podcasts look for the shoot, the negative. Who don't you like? We want to know what you do like.
Well, not even that. Like we've asked before, we want to know who you are. If you're willing to talk about like the man behind the gimmick.
Right.
You know, we just want to talk like we're old friends.
And AG, Anthony Green, August Gray, the alternate, is a good friend.
Oh, yeah. He's been with us since the very beginning.
Yeah. Before he was a wrestler, before he was training.
And we've had wrestlers come on the show that, and to the point where I'm not going to say we become friends with them because we don't connect after, but in that moment,
But
we
guys like
prove
Canyon.
Like we prove ourselves to them that we're legitimate and,
Right.
and we're earnest. We don't
Guys like Sin Bodhi that want to become, like, now that we can get this down, I think we can do it with Sin.
Yeah. I mean, even think to the fact of how we came off to Shark Boy from TNA back in the day, and what he did for my son. Now, he called after the show, my son. I forget the exact thing that was going on, but he spoke to my son. He talked to him for a good 20 minutes about what was going on with him. He was a young kid in middle school at the time, and I think it was some kind of bullying thing. And he talked to him, and it was good. And he was a huge fan of Shark Boy, and Shark Boy put him on the right path at that point and told him to not worry about it because it happens to everybody, and he'll help him out. And it was great.
Yeah.
And sent him an autograph photo.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a couple.
He sent us a couple, yeah. Same with Devon.
Yeah. Yeah. Tin's just standing up a little. What's going on, Tin?
I think he heard Cookie, mistaken a word for Cookie. Now he's looking up. I'll give him that. Oh, he heard me playing with the bag.
Oh, okay.
Now,
yeah, so, I mean, but we will reconnect with some of those guys again.
Absolutely. Now, if you were to put Tin in as a wrestler, who would he be?
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant. I'm thinking Tony Atlas because he's strong.
Andre the Giant.
No? Andre?
Just on size.
Big John Studd. Because he's a little bit of a heel, but he's so nice.
Andre.
Okay.
Give him a single.
I'll go with Andre.
Give him a singlet.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Yeah, Matilda.
Matilda's would be good.
That's something I want to know. Like, what were people's favorite? I want to do like a tournament. Because.
Like a bracket type thing?
Yeah. I think Damien gets a bye.
Yeah.
right? So Damien's in the main mix. I think. I don't know. Maybe people disagree with me, but say Matilda and Coco Be
Coco's
Weird.
Parrot. I forget the name of it.
Then you got trying to think of who else there was that had animals. Oh, we got another caller coming in.
All right.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hello. Call it. You are on the air.
Flacco, you're gonna make me work to edit this out clean, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's happening? Happy 2-year anniversary, my man.
Congratulations.
I'm sure. Oh, I can't, Listen, I'm trying, and y'all are grinding, man. You're the hottest working man in podcasting. Now I got a question for you. How many wrestling rings have you seen in your life? Yes. Don't forget to carry the one. How many of those 15 to 20 wrestling rings you've seen have had more than one top rope? They have one top rope. It's off the top rope. But that's one rope.
It's one rope that loops through it.
I just want to say off the top ropes. I just want to say off the top ropes as many times as I can because that's what promotes you.
Exactly. Now, I just want to know, did Cyber Yeti come up with the name? Because he comes up with a lot of bullcrap, you know?
My hair's not really gray. That's all smoke, and he don't want the smoke.
And you call him the under. Now you call Savietti the underboss. Is that because he's under the desk?
Is that because it's going to take them weeks to think of something to come back with?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm all good. I remember he said he's sending something. So
now you named a couple of guys because we like independent wrestling. You named Jay Bougie and PJ Savage. I'm not real familiar with them. Who are they? Okay. Okay.
So
No. You guys started going to a lot of independent wrestling shows, right? Okay. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
I always say if they're not trying to be on that stage, then they shouldn't be there.
yep.
That's and the other two you named, I do know very well: Teddy Goods and Nico Silva. And Nico, I mean Nico, I gotta think will get signed at some point. I hope.
Yeah.
And Teddy should have been signed a long time ago. Oh yeah, that's right. Have you seen that new? It's Ethan Carter that runs at EC3. That new Control Your Narrative down in Florida. That looks right. Right. Yeah, if you don't like what they're doing, what they come here and do what you want to do.
Exactly.
The whole control your narrative.
Now back out. I want to ask a question. We'll put out a statement. I think JP might be along the same lines as me with this. You are a different type of podcast than we are. We're both wrestling podcasts, but you're different than us. I just want to put this out for the other listeners that they should listen to Off the Top Rope podcast because you're different. You tend to go more with the info and the highlights and the reels and what's happening, where we kind of tend to more to a interview based show. So I just want if you can agree with that.
You've been doing some incredible edits lately too. Yes. I'm always on E-Dukes.
I'm gonna. Now, two things. I want you to take a breath when you talk, because you go really fast, and it's hard for me to keep up. But can I start a petition to have Sabietti be put in the locker and not come back again?
And I'm always team E-Dukes. E-Dukes is someone I've never had no smoke with. I'm pretty sure. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure E-Dukes can handle his own. Yeah, that's. But man, we're about to wrap up. So, Blackheart, thank you for calling in, man. We appreciate it. The guys who called in today were really the ones I wanted to be the first callers. So it's
And Blackheart, before you sign off with us, let everyone know where they can find you in your show.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, I want to let everyone know, listening too, that all the going back and forth between your show and our show, it's all in good fun. There's no hatred there. So I don't want people to come out and hate you guys because I said whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all in love. Oh yeah.
Right.
But we'll cross that line off the air.
I'm a bully, and I can't help it. I'm a bully, and that's just what bad boys do.
Yep. He looks like a bull. Things might happen.
Man, no. Yes. And happy birthday to Off the Top Rope podcast.
Oh, maybe his keyboard has a lisp. There you go. It'll show up in a minute. You didn't think I'd do it, huh?
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling.
All right, man. We love you. Talk to you. All right. Bye.
Man, it was cool to be able to get the calls. Like that was exactly who I wanted to call.
The one
Like
thing
if I could have picked 3 people.
absolutely having Tommy on, having Bobby be the number one,
Yes.
Tommy number 2, and then Blackheart number 3.
Right.
It makes it perfect. It's a perfect 1, 2, 3.
Laurie, next week.
Oh yeah, especially where Bobby just sent me a picture that we're live on the TV in their living room.
That's cool.
That's cool. Now, the thing I loved about having the call-ins, and I don't know if I said this already, that it broke up the silence between us.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. Like
Especially somebody like Blackheart who just goes on.
oh yeah, we had a little bit of editing to do on him.
only one when I submit to QATV.
Yeah,
I'll just get those.
it's perfect.
Yeah.
We loved it. We'll sub and soon. Hopefully, as things go on, we learn a little bit more, or JP learns a little bit more, and I struggle. We'll be able to make it so that you can hear the calls on the live. There's something that we can do. We're going to try to fix it. We're going to get some help, and we'll make it work for all of you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday.
That was good.
The one thing I didn't get to ask Tommy and
Know who
Buddy.
to ask? I just took out the wrong card. I just took that card out. Oh. Let me see something. I'm just throwing shit around.
hello.
Hey, it's Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hey, to be fair, I don't know what to call in for. I feel like I sound stupid.
Doesn't matter. Next week, call in. Have Hunter talk with you.
So do we.
No, JP. Did I explain to you before who Heather was?
No.
I met Heather through working the Comic Con. She has a son, Hunter. I think you heard me talk about Hunter before, who beat cancer.
Okay.
And we met him through the con. And he's just an awesome kid. Heather's an awesome woman. So I'd love to, if you want to call in next week with call in that number and have you and Hunter on, would be
So-
great.
Heather, that Tommy Flynn who called in, I don't think you could hear him, but that Tommy Flynn who we were talking to is, I don't know how old Tommy is, maybe 14, 15 years old, and he actually beat cancer.
Did it really?
Yeah. That's why he's my hero. My mom went through it last year, and I would message Tommy
Yep.
and talk to Tommy.
Well, maybe. What type of cancer did Tommy have?
I don't know, to be honest.
We're not sure. We don't know. It's that's one of those questions you don't really ask.
I think maybe
That's okay.
it might have been in his brain, but I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, God. So, Hunter, he's going to be 17 this month. Yay!
Yes.
Awesome.
Love Hunter. He's such a good kid.
Oh, it's amazing. And so we're 11 years out. But anyway, so my whole span growing up with all of this is like I grew up on my own watching a lot of old school, and then I lost it, and then I had kids, and we watched wrestling, and then we lost it again, and now Hunter's getting back into it, so I'm back into it.
Now, when you call in, I'm
I
gonna.
know what you guys are talking about.
You're calling in next week. When we take your call, when
Yeah.
you say we got to change the thing, we're gonna be like, all right, call, you're on the air. What's your name and what's your story, or what are you gonna say? We got to work on that. But when you call and you say, hey, I want to talk about when I grew up, I was watching the Junkyard Dog, and we'll talk about that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
For the most part, we're not going to be specific to you calling in about the topic. We can change, we can go, we can morph it. So we want to
Well,
talk.
I want support. I want to support and be a part, but I don't always, like, I watch you guys all the time, but I don't always relate because it's different than what I know and what I've gone through and what I've watched.
Most of my wrestling knowledge is from when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s,
Okay.
and then the Attitude Era for the WWE. That's the most part of my wrestling knowledge. I have bits and pieces of everything going around now, so I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I do a little research. I watch some video clips on YouTube to kind of acclimate myself with some of the new things going on. I very rarely watch new product. JP's similar to that. So all we want is when you call, or when Hunter calls, or when the both of you call on speaker, just be like, hey, you know what?
Bobby, if you or JP
We're gonna talk. Like, hey guys, I want to talk about this.
I put my SD card in MP3 1. Theirs was in MP3 2.
So it's both recorded.
I recorded on MP3 2.
Uh,
So I got to steal their SD card for the week.
but you know what I'm saying? When you call up and you be like, hey, I want to know, I got a question. I want to know, did Rowdy Piper ever, was that coconut real or something? Do you know what I'm saying? And we'll talk, and we'll talk about that. It doesn't have to be, I mean, if we're like certain shows, if we're like, hey, we're talking about WrestleMania right now and stuff like that, they maybe keep it to the WrestleMania you watched in 1982. You know, whatever, or whenever it first came out. But yeah, don't worry about, oh, I don't know the new product right now. I don't watch that. You know, just
I want to support because we love you. So, you know, of course.
I love you guys right back.
Aw.
Do you know, have you met Joe?
Yeah, I'm a different person at the Comic-Con.
Have you met Joe? You said you love him.
I
Like,
have. And you know what? You know, I'll tease him to hell a bit. I have the picture. He looks like a petty holding my child, but we love him to death.
Yep. And I mean, and that kid of yours is the look in his eyes for whatever's going on, everything he went through, to still have that sparkle.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
Yeah.
If I wasn't his mother, I would want to know him.
Yeah, because the thing I love about him the most, and we could talk about this next week when you call in, because you are calling in. We could talk about this because the thing I love about him the most is he's like, he shrugs his shoulders. Yeah, I had cancer. It's not me though. He doesn't make, that's not him. He's Hunter. Cancer's cancer. They were together for a while. Now they're separated.
Yep.
You know,
True story. It's the part of his journey. So yeah.
absolutely. And I still look at that picture we got with oh darn it, I can't remember his name.